Hello fellow lovers of the liminal and the weird, and welcome to another video by Liminal Spaces. Today I'm going to be going over the science fiction titles in my library under the letter G. At first I thought this was going to be very short and very small. I thought maybe we'll have to combine G and H. But I was quite surprised to find that I have quite a few pulp titles under G. So it's going to be its own video, and H, of course, is going to be huge. So yeah, I have enough here, I think, especially in paperback, to do a good video for G. I only have one hardback, and that is by Ken Grimwood, and it's called Replay. It says, if you could live your life over and over again, which sounds like science fiction, but it's interesting because the advanced praise on the back is got Barry Wood, who is the author of Twins, and Dean Koontz, who is the author of Strangers. So I wonder if this is supposed to be a horror novel. Awakening again and again and replaying your life is definitely kind of a science fiction concept, or I guess it would just be a magical realism concept. It doesn't seem like it's science that has him doing this. So I don't know what this is. If anybody knows what this is, let me know. I just kept it because I kind of liked the idea. And that's all my hardbacks for G, so we'll go right on to these paperbacks. I got 2 stacks here. We'll start with The Eden Cycle by Raymond Z. Goulart. Don't know who this is. In a world where wishing would make it so, they were weary of a million miracles. The concept seems to be about a place where wishing makes things come true, and eventually people tire of that being the case. They don't want things to come true when they wish, which is a great concept. Also, I really like the cover. I wonder who did the cover art on this one. I'm thinking Freyas, but I don't know. Maybe not. It doesn't say. I might get a comment in the comment section of somebody who knows who did the art for this. If you know who this person is, the writer, let me know if this is good. The next is The Planet Strappers. This is an old pyramid book by Raymond Z. Goulart. Oh, it's the same guy, Raymond Z. Goulart. I've got 2 by him. And The Planet Strappers is about people that kind of make their own spaceship and go off into the stars. The world's first space colony, adventures and dangers beyond human ken. In The Planet Strappers, Ray Goulart has written a story of the day after tomorrow, a story of what it would be like for the men who crossed the space frontier, a story that some of us will be living someday. I love these old science fiction pulps because they had such hope, and I feel like that science fiction, as it got grittier and grittier, some of that hope was lost. Next, we have A Scourge of Screamers. And this is by Daniel F. Galloy. I don't know how to say that last name. The high-intensity science fiction find of the year. They sent a shockwave of screaming death to conquer Earth. I think these are aliens that scream at you till you die. At least that's what I hope it is. We will see. If you've read this, let me know what it's about. No statement of who the artist is for the front cover. Next is Anything You Can Do. And this is by Randall Garrett. I really like this very, very weird cover. One shipwrecked alien against the power of an entire planet means a losing battle. Until Earth builds a Superman. Oh, they got us. They did the good old-fashioned turnaround in that sentence. This is a Lancer book. It's in really good condition. I think it's been read, but very, very lightly. Super cool. It looks strange. Something that I will look into in the future. Here we have The Fortech Conspiracy. This is by Richard M. Garvin and Edmund G. Adeo. The suspense of Failsafe and the imagination of 2001 and a nightmare reality all its own. So they're name dropping Failsafe in 2001. I don't know what Failsafe is, but this looks interesting. There's some crazy test tube stuff going on that front cover. No mention of the cover artist. When Harley Was One. Really strange cover on this one. Harley was merely a computer, but he thought he was a human. Probably an early AI stuff. But it looks very interesting to me. This is by David Gerald. If you've read this, let me know what you thought of it. I've got two by the next author. Lords of the Starship by Mark S. Gaston. Honestly, this kind of reminded me of Robotech. Not because its story is similar to Robotech, except they're trying to build a spaceship that is so huge, it's like 7 miles long or something. Who was the real master of the Starship Victory? And I love this idea of massive spaceships, probably because of Robotech when I was a young kid watching that show. But also, I really like this cover. This is some awesome into the world type stuff. Very cool. It says cover by Schoenherr. If anybody knows who that is, let me know in the comments. Really good condition. I don't think this book's ever been read. It looks very cool, so something to check out. This is an Ace book. And in similar condition, I have another one of his, Out of the Mouth of the Dragon. And I really like this cover as well. Mark S. Gaston, same guy. Does it say cover art by... Yeah, cover art by John Schoenherr. So same cover artist as the last one. Cool, very cool. Of course, this is one that has an advertisement in the middle for the science fiction set that I have that my uncle left to me when he passed away. Very cool. Seems like they were really advertising those. That was also an Ace book. Next we have Nightmare by Morton J. Golding. A demonic battle for planet Earth in a novel lit by the flames of hell. And somebody was having a good kind of collage time with that front cover. Cover Bill Skursky, Cloud Studio. I just had to check to make sure that none of the other ones had the cover artist listed on the back of them. That's not a place I would think to look for cover artists, but a couple of them have had that. So, yeah, this looks interesting to say the least. Here we have Robert Goldston's The Last of Lazarus. Immortality was within his grasp. All he had to do was die again and again and again. And the Times Literary Supplement says wildly funny. So, I don't know. Dead men tell no tales, right? Wrong. Cover illustration by Tomi Unger. Tomi Unger. Not my favorite cover, but I like the concept of immortality and them talking about that, so I kept that one. Next we have First on Mars by Rex Gordon. I think Rex Gordon was pretty prolific. I think there's a lot of stuff by him. The Robinson Crusoe of the Red Planet. First on Mars. I like that guy riding around a bike with just a little gas mask on. He'll be alright. The bike is super cool too with the chains on the tires. Fun. No cover artist on this one, unfortunately. Next is Time Story by Stuart Gordon. Another wild cover. And this is a New English Library. I like this alien, and it looks like people coming out of this portal. Very cool. No info on who the cover artist of this was. Next we have Phyllis Gottlieb's Sunburst. A fiendish race of demonic children is spawned in the genetic chaos of a runaway reactor explosion. That sounds like fun. No cover artist listed on this one. Not a lot of cover art. Well, kind of, yeah, but mainly just that. Here's another Phyllis Gottlieb. Sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. This is Son of the Morning. And this is a collection of short stories by her. If anybody knows anything about this writer, let me know. I don't know anything about her. I like cats flying spaceships, though. I'm into that. I wish they told me who drew it. Next is Felix C. Goschalk, Growing Up in Tier 3000. Looks very interesting. Has a cool cover. Never heard of the author. And no cover artist is listed. I think this next guy's a little more famous in sci-fi circles. Ron Goulart. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I apologize if I'm not. Gadget Man. A new political map of America's West Coast. Its dark wit bites through a brittle, phony, not-so-far-off world, exposing its hollow insides. Let's see who did this front cover art. They're not going to tell us. This is a paperback library edition. Also by Ron Goulart, I'm sorry if I'm not saying his name right, is Broke Down Engine and Other Trouble with Machines. This looks like Captain Picard there on the front cover. 13 science fiction stories about our future's problem child. Broke Down Engine. Got a couple by this next author, and I believe this is a Califreyas cover. I know I'm not saying that name right, and somebody was kind enough to tell me how to say it at one point, and I've forgotten. But this is David Grinnell's Edge of Time. An old Ace copy in incredible unread condition. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever read that. There's no lean at all. And they're not telling me who did the cover, but I really feel like that's Kelly Freyas? I don't remember. Another David Grinnell, Across Time. Quest in the Year 1 Million. Don't know of David Grinnell. Does anybody know about this writer? Let me know in the comments. I think this is another writer that's kind of more popular in the sci-fi scene, and that is James E. Gunn. Not the James Gunn from Marvel that I know of. Definitely not the director. The Age of Science was over. The Time of Terror had begun. The Burning by James E. Gunn. I've got a couple by him. The Witching Hour. We summon thee, Prince, Ruler of Darkness, Lord of Evil. Your worshippers summon thee to receive our sacrifice. Looks like it's a couple of novels about the occult. Looks pretty interesting. I like that cover. Who's that cover by? This is a Dell book. They're not going to tell us who did that cover. This next one is by Wyman Gunn. Living Way Out. Got an incredible family portrait on that cover that I really enjoy. Strange New Worlds of the Future and Present by one of the most exciting writers of our time. Wyman Gunn. Never heard of him. Love that cover. This is an Avon original. Cover illustration by Ronald Wolosky. Great cover on that one. And Lindsay Guterridge's Cold War in a Country Garden. This looks like a somebody's been shrunk novel. Meet Matthew Dilkay, so small that he must fight for his life against centipedes and killer ants. So tough that he is sent as a secret agent on a suicide mission behind the Iron Curtain. This book's got everything. Look at that. I didn't realize that was a pencil in the front there. Very cool. And that is the last of the pulp G's that I had. A lot more than I expected. A lot of writers that I've never read, don't know anything about. So I'm looking forward to reading these in the future for the channel. If you know of any G's that I missed, please let me know. And if you know about any of these authors that I talked about or any of the cover artists, let me know as well. I really appreciate it when people do that. If you watched this to the end, thank you very much. If you liked it, please click like. If you like this kind of content, please click subscribe. We'll be doing a lot more of it in the future. Thank you so much for watching.